wanted to talk to you guys about something and bring it up here amongst you and kind of confide in you guys, kind of vent. So there's definitely an issue, like always, another one, an issue or even more a form of chaos that I know a lot of you are dealing with, because I'm dealing with it too. And I deal with it almost on a daily basis in every aspect of my life. And I'm curious if I'm alone in this. And that issue is something that we are going to tackle today. Now, this episode is definitely special to me because I'm not doing this alone. I am actually bringing in a buddy of mine where the stars just kind of align together for him and I to be together. And he actually volunteered to provide some insight. And it's good. Let's get a little outside perspective, because sometimes we get so caught up in our own little circle of understanding that it's also good to kind of gain a little understanding from the outside of that circle. You know, what other people have to offer in that understanding, experiences, knowledge, skill sets. But today's issue is one that I think you and I might have a lot in common, and I will love to hear your thought process. So without further ado, let's get on with the episode. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you guys all for tuning in. As you know, I like to always give you guys an appreciation. So if you're new to the channel, hey, I appreciate you clicking. And if you're tuning in and you're part of the Comfort and Chaos team, thank you. Thank you. And also, guys, you already know the deal. There's a bunch of buttons underneath, like and subscribe and share and all that stuff. Hit one of those tabs, guys. The support is always appreciated. Additionally, I have the cool links tab underneath in the description, guys. There's cool links you can get yourself. Go to the Chaos shop, get some cool merch like the hat I'm wearing right here and some other stuff that supports the channel, supports my journey. Additionally, guys, my Instagram link is there too. Check on me so I can check on you. So don't hesitate to do that, guys. But without further ado, let me go ahead and kind of bring in the whole episode to you guys. I don't want to waste your time. So as you guys know, you see somebody here to my left, your right. All right, that's my buddy Joe. You guys recognize Joe from previous episodes and videos that I've done. Sometimes Murphy happens, all right? As NCOs in the Army, we have a saying, Murphy will happen. So have a plan, all right? And that's just what happened. But I already cut most of that out, so you guys don't even know what just went down, all right? Either way, guys, hey, so check it out. Let me give you the whole story up front. I had a whole video I wanted to record today, a special topic, but it just happened to where Joe, my homie, decided to kind of just match where he's able to join us in this video and join us in this topic. And that's good. You know, it's always good because we should always value input outside of our circle, because sometimes it's good to understand how somebody else would think about something or approach something or even understand something. And that's why I brought my buddy Joe in here, and we're going to engage in this topic. Okay. So Joe, real quick, say hi. Hi, Joe. Okay. I appreciate that. But guys, today's topic, all right, this is something that's really big. There's a lot of shit going on in this world. As you know, here at Comfort and Chaos, we always like to bring some common sense to the uncommon world. And we take different issues, different topics, no matter what's being discussed out there in your algorithm, we like to kind of bring some common sense to it and just talk about it, you know, and have those uncomfortable conversations that are needed that nobody's willing to have. Well, that's what you're going to get here. And today's uncomfortable conversation is something that I have noticed. I've noticed this on my day-to-day. I've noticed this in the workplace, with families, relationships, even dating relationships, and so on. All right, networking and so on. I've noticed something. And that is exactly the true fact that honesty, the word honesty, guys, honesty to me is going extinct. I feel like nobody is honest anymore, and everybody is afraid to be honest. And regardless of how that honesty comes out, whether it's sugar-coated or it's brutal, we are in a phase, I think, in a society where now nobody is honest with anybody, and they're afraid to. But today, I want to discuss that with my buddy Joe here. So let me ask you, Joe, do you think that's true? Is honesty going extinct in today's world?
I think it is.
Ooh.
And in our generation, right, that we're living now versus in the year, early 2000s, I don't think honesty means anything, right? So to me is if you ask a person, hey, let me borrow $20, I'll pay you back. That's something you take consideration, right? I know I'm giving $20, and if he don't pay you back, now your honesty is destroyed, right? So now if another person asks you for $20, you're gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna borrow you, because that one person ruin your honesty for other people in the future. But back then, when my dad grew up, is man your word, right? If you say you're gonna do something, you should honor it. But now it's not got to a point that I promise you I'm going to take you to the movies, and not you're going to wake up the next day and going to be like, I don't feel like taking you. It's okay.
I remember, growing up as a kid, if you saw that dude standing at the intersection with a cardboard sign saying that he needed $5 to eat, you knew that, hey, you know what? Let's give him $5 because he's probably going to walk to that McDonald's down the road and get himself something to eat because he's saying that.
But nowadays, you don't know no more.
You don't even know, because so many people have taken advantage of that, where if somebody has a cardboard sign saying they need to eat, we naturally think, oh, he's probably going to go get some fentanyl, or he's probably going to get his next fix.
We're just talking about man on man, right? Like a man on word, right?
Yep.
It's just the same thing as relationships, right? Let's say I'm dating this girl and you don't have that honesty, right? We'll have that situationships, right?
Yep.
And you'll go about 2-3 months or 6 months and not knowing where you're at, because I'm not being honest to you how this relationship should go for the next 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just playing that game like, well, he might ask me out, or we have the end game to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, to build something. But right now, there's no honesty telling each other what we want in a relationship. So we act like we are something, but we're not.
Ooh.
But that's the same thing as honesty.
And you're right, because that's actually the big trend right now. Is I feel like people, especially in relationships, especially when you're dating, when you're trying to build a first impression, it's like you fabricate it. And you're not honest. And you're not honest with your intentions. You're just not honest. But I like to wonder, okay, why is it that they're not honest? Is it because they're trying to maintain this perception of them being, or are they too worried about what you're going to think of them
and you don't
if they were honest?
You don't want to hurt them, or you like that best friend kind of,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And they don't want to lose that, because they know once they go boyfriend, girlfriend,
dude, that's
it changes,
crazy,
right?
bro. You know what's crazy is like, dude, I'm the type of guy, just be honest.
Yeah.
Like, dude, straight up tell me. Like, if you were talking to me, and I know you're probably talking to other guys, like I'm realistic, let's say we just matched, on a dating app. People use dating apps.
Yeah.
The world's so busy now. We're too busy. We don't got time to go to the bars every night and go meet up or go to bookstores every night. I don't have time for that. So a dating app is a resource. So a dating app, you get on this dating app, you match with somebody, you match with them, and then all of a sudden it's like, dude, realistically, you're like, dude, you're probably matched with like some other dudes. Just come out and say it.
Yeah.
Or you're exploring your options. Be honest with that.
Be honest. Exactly. So, like I said, this is my opinion. I'm just saying that if you do, because everyone has options, right? That there's not like back in the 90s when you're giving girls, a little piece of paper.
Let me give you my number.
You want to date
girl,
with me? Yes or no? No. You have so many people on your DMs that I know you have options, right?
Oh, yeah.
To be straightforward, look, you're one of many, right? I'll just let you know that you're here. Give me that, like me as a man, give me that kind of perspective so I know where I'm standing, not, I'm the only one. Because sometimes we feel like I'm the only one that you're talking to. But in reality, you have about 2 or 3 guys behind you, and I don't want to waste my time. Now, if you tell me you do, but I am the one that you want, tell me that honestly. But if you feel like there's me and 3 other guys or 2 other guys,
kind of testing the field.
Yeah, and don't do that. That's back to honesty. I don't think honesty.
Would you rather hear that though?
No, I'd rather hear that.
You'd rather than be honest and be like, hey, you know what? I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to this other guy.
Yeah.
and I'm assessing my better option between the two or something like that. Would you appreciate
No,
that?
I'll appreciate that more because
Okay.
now I know where I'm standing, right?
Because I feel like maybe that's why I like to also think from the other side and just try apply some understanding. And then maybe women don't say that because they either one care about your behavior or your reaction too much and they don't want to hurt you. So they may also feel like, hey, maybe he's going to receive this and be hurt by it and then react differently. And that's why they don't say that.
Either way, you're still going to get hurt, right? Let's say you withhold that kind of information to that guy, right? And you're like, I don't want to hurt. Hold yourself for 3 to 6 months. And you finally say, you know what? I am not the one. And you choose the other one. That's going to hurt me. Why? Because my time has been wasting 6 months of my life because I thought that maybe I had a chance. But in 3 to 6 months, you choose the other guy. And I feel like you should have told me that in the beginning where I stand at. So either or, we're still going to get hurt.
That makes sense.
Right?
Do you feel like but at the same time, would you also say that people are not honest or brutally honest now because just like they're not honest to give it, or would you also say that some people now lack the maturity to understand brutal honesty and not overreact? Because you got to think about it. We live in a time now where people just react. They don't even think logically. They just see something and they emotionally react. They don't like this. Even though they don't even know anything about it and they're not in a hurry to chase truth, they just react. So if you were to hear somebody who's being honest with you and say, hey, I'm talking to somebody else, but I'm assessing the better option between the two. I'm being honest. How would you react and be like, oh, emotionally like, oh no, screw that. Go with him. You know?
No, I tell you this, it's just like gaslighting, right? So your manipulation and gaslighting, right? So we get into a generation that they're going to be like, you know, go for them. It's all mind games, right? So mind games to a relationship that is that if I'm dating a girl, I want the girl to be valuing me only, right? The same thing females wants the guys to know that that guy's only fixture to her, right?
Okay.
But when they don't get that sense, they feel like the guy don't care about her. It's not that. It's just now we have a society and technology that we could reach any girl around the world, right?
I mean, yeah.
And
they can reach any man around the world.
Exactly. Vice versa, right? But that is a new challenge that relationships supposed to have to value if you really love each other, right? It's all obstacles. You each need to know what you want in life. So like we're talking about, when you hit older men, like 30 to 40, right? We think differently than 18 to 29, right?
That 25-year-old.
Yeah, they don't care because
there's a different mentality.
They have on their head options. They have options, right? They're not trying to settle. There's not a way we grow up like, I want to have a family with a wife and 2 kids and a white picket fence. That's out the door. And no one's talking about that no more, right?
That's true.
There's no more white picket fences no more. Right. And so all we're talking about is if we could have her, when a guy has her, sometimes some guys have the value of chasing, right? They love chase. Once they grab them, now they lose that hunt. And they're like, I don't want her no more. Because maybe she was too easy, to give it up too easy, or, you know, it happened too fast, and the guy don't like that. A guy values a girl. Make him chase you for more than 6 months to a year. You know,
he has to chase you for 6 months.
I'm telling you right now, that man, a man will value that woman more than a girl that just give it up too easy. Because to me, it's like, why would I be with some girl that knowing that in a week or two?
Okay, so you're gonna have to go define chasing.
Okay, chasing means you will always
sending good morning texts and not getting no responses.
You know what? I'll tell you that right now. Okay. That's what we call but that's the honeymoon stage, right? The first 2 to 6 months, you know, good morning. Have you ate? How was your morning? Have you, you know, you go to sleep?
Hey, what are you wearing today?
Yeah, you know, that's how us, you know, we care about them, right?
Yeah, that's right.
After we feel like we already did what we want to do, sleep with you, I ain't gonna go around the bush, right? If you give it up too easily, I'm telling you, the guys will just lose interest. You're gonna feel like, what if another girl does the same? Another guy comes and do the same thing. You're gonna give it up that easy because he gave it up to me.
Yeah.
Now, but if a girl knows her value, right, and saying not do anything for 6 months to a year, right?
Yeah.
A guy, to me, you have that because she's hard to get. When a girl's hard to get, I'm over here like, I want her more because she's not throwing it out there like it was free, right? So after 6 months or a year and still chasing, and finally it does happen. If you do lose her, like if you break up, I'm willing to wait for her. I'm willing to chase after her. But a girl that I barely met and it just happened, I won't care. I'm like, oh, on to the next. That's when you value the moments. So like you said, honesty. If I feel like you're honest, and it could be male, female, female, male, or male to male, like friend to friend, right? Back then, like guys, I'm like, hey, you got me, right? And you be like, I got you. And that day, he just gave me, I can give full respect to this guy, right? Because he was there when I needed him. He was there. Word is nothing. And it's
the
hard.
word doesn't mean nothing anymore.
And it's hard because can I give my trust to this guy, right? Knowing that he could make or break my trust with other people in the future.
Yeah.
And
basically like bro code. Remember, I don't know. Remember growing up, there was always a thing called bro code, you know?
No. Bro code is
bro
100%.
code was a real thing back in the day.
Thing, yes.
Yeah. And now I don't think there's a bro code anymore. Because it requires being honest to have a bro code.
Yes.
Trust, honesty. They're just kind of like dwindling away right now.
A bro code, sometimes you got to lie. Because if his girl comes on to, hey, he was with you, I'm like, yes, he was with me, you know? But that bro code, honest, is I'm going to protect my boy no matter what, right? But nowadays, I don't think we have that bro code like how it was before.
No.
And that's one thing that I'm realizing with our profession, right? And with soldiers, is that I can't really trust them. Like people saying, oh, you're my battle. I'm like, no. You just graduated from freaking AIT. And you saying we're battle buddies? No, we're not. My battle buddies are the people that came with me in war and in Iraq. Those are my battle buddies. Not just because he came and finished basic in AIT and you can have the right to say we're battle buddies now. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And a lot of people say you got to earn that respect for you calling me battle buddy. It's not rank. Don't get me wrong. People's like, oh, because you're a sergeant, he's a private. No. There's some privates that they call me battle buddies and they were with me and I respect them 100% because they were there and the good and the bad, right? Mm-hmm. But not just because you just finally put a uniform and you're in the army for what, less than a year and you don't come over here saying, oh, we're battle buddy drill sergeant. I'm like, no, we're not. No, we're not. Don't ever say that. Until you go into that war and the same foxhole and sweat, pain, tears, and seeing the things I've seen, then you have every right to say we're battle buddies. But I don't know how you see things like that.
Damn, dude. I mean, I see it more. Honesty is honesty to me. Whether it's dating relationships, like we had talked about, you know, women, and I relate it to women because that's obviously what we date. You know, that's what we can compare it to. I'm sure a lot of you women can say the same thing about men. I'm not saying men are not just as guilty.
No, we're guilty too.
There's a lot of men out there who also are afraid to just be honest. And I'm sure a lot of you women can relate that, hey, you wish the man would just be straight up and just be honest. Because I agree. And that's where I'm really trying to get at is the fact that is depleting between both people, both men and women. And no matter what your job is, what, you know, in the workplace, relationships, and even now in politics, guys, like, I mean, I see it all the time. Social media. I think personally, like we live in social media where I'm pretty sure you can see, like if you're scrolling, you can just see like, dude, that looks like a fake lifestyle. People are they're afraid to even be honest about their simple lifestyle. They have to take the perfect picture with a perfect background. Legit, guys, I learned this. This is a real thing. There are influencers out there who are literally renting expensive cars, renting private jets. There are companies that literally build a studio of a private jet that you can rent just to go take selfies in and make it look like you're flying, even though it's just a studio. And I'm like, they did that because there's a market for it. And there's a market for it because now there's a market of dishonesty. There's a market of fabrication where it's like that sells now. And I'm like, dude, that's so sad. To me, that's just sad.
And you're 100% right. It's just hard. Like he said, we're men judging women. Hey, woman, you have the same way of us being honest with y'all, right? You want it to be honest to you. You don't want to go with a year and knowing that I promised to get married with you, and next thing you know,
yeah, just wasted your time.
So you over here pushing everyone off. They could be potential husband, right? And you put all your trust on him. So after the whole situation with, let's say that guy, you're not going to trust another guy. Now you're in that mindset of every guy's the same, right? Now you're going to go to your 30s and you're going to be like playing the game. But the problem is that game's going to run out. And when you hit about 35 to 40, now you want to settle down.
Oh, snap.
Either or, same thing as guys, right? Us guys are going to act like we have it until we hit a certain age. And, what we need to do is make more money, I guess, make y'all happy. But it is what it is. Honesty has been changing throughout the years. It's not the same. Me growing up with my dad, he always showed me a handshake means a lot. It was a man-to-man make a handshake and saying that we made a deal. That is something we got to follow by. Now you don't see men doing that no more.
No, you don't
see those handshakes. Like, hey.
Dude, when's the last time you saw someone shake their hand? Like, just kind of like, yo,
yeah, make up? A deal like, hey, bro. Hey.
People freak out when now I think about it, it's like I run into young dudes or whatever. I reach out to shake their hand to say goodbye or whatever. Hey, my name's Gabe. And it's almost like I feel like it's just not as normal. Like I'm doing something different,
He is right.
I should just be like, yo, what's up, dude? Like, but like, I'm just like,
no,
hey,
he is 100% right.
I feel like that's the thing.
This last week, right? Last week I went to a birthday party. Well, a gender reveal, right? Gender reveal. So there was about at least 50, 75 people.
Was it a boy or a girl?
It was a girl. I said it was a girl.
Okay. But hopefully she's honest.
I grew up, right? When you come to someone's house and it's 2 Greek people, right? Like, hey, my name is Joe.
Introduce yourself, right? You're going to someone's house.
Everybody, I don't even know whose his house, right? It's just how my dad, my parents brought me into the. Yeah. Let's go over there. Hi, how you doing? And when we leave, we just don't say, hey, see you later, guys, and go.
Nice to meet you in your house.
To get out the door, But that is my way of growing up. That's what. Now they're like, why are you doing all that extra stuff? I'm like, what do you mean extra stuff?
Saying goodbye to the host?
Yeah, it's not my house. And like, what do you guys do?
Dude,
it's fading away, right,
bro?
Because if I go to a house, right, and people will look at me like 100% of the time, they're gonna be like, "Who's that guy?" Right? They're gonna say that. If I didn't know, like, who's that guy came in with
that guy
with the Rangers hat, blue hat?
Call ice.
Oh, it's so and so. Like, oh, so he's too good to say hi to me. Because that's how it feels, right? But if you go over there, it's like breaking the ice. You go in there and say, hi, my name is Joe. Now they feel like, okay, he's approachable. If I want to ask him something, you want something to drink, food, or you want to talk to me, I'm there. Yeah. But a lot of people just come in and they just act and sit down and don't even say nobody hi. And to me, that's another generation that a lot of people
you're absolutely right.
How? Or we go to a party and I can't go. If I come to your party, I'm like, hey, I'll tell you, hey, what do you want me to bring, right?
That's right.
Meat? You want me to bring some Coke?
Someone invites you. That used to be like a normal. Hey, what would you like me to bring?
Yeah, exactly. Because I can't come to your party empty-handed, right?
Yeah.
Because to me, it's like, oh, it's a party. They're gonna, give you whatever you want. Like, no, that's not how it works. It works that if I go, if it's a baby shower, I gotta buy them whatever it is, wipes, diapers, whatever it is, right? I had to come with something, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe a 12-pack beer if they drink, or like some food or something,
you're absolutely
right? To make it feel like it's not on them, right?
Yeah, but you just don't show up empty-handed.
There's a lot of people that come empty-handed.
No, you're right. That's like a normal thing almost now.
I'm like, what's going
show
on
up empty-handed, dude.
Yeah, and
like they're expected, like, hey, I'm here. That's good enough. Like, what do you have to offer now?
Oh, man. Hey, look here, Trump.
Dude.
Yeah. You're not a celebrity come over here that we just going to give you.
I'd be yo, bro, Hey,
I'll tell you this. I am Mexican. My dad's Mexican. My mom's white. But the problem is, and to me is we always have. My dad would tell me before we go in the house and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, don't be asking them for no drinks or food until they ask you." And I look at my dad like, I was afraid of my dad. I'm like,
yeah, yes, sir.
yeah, yes, sir. I'm like, okay, I'll go in there. I'll be thirsty. I'm like, man, I hope someone will tell me about, you want something to drink. And they said,
No,
no,
you're right.
The person come like, hey, Junior, you want something to drink? Like, yep. I'm like, man, I'm waiting for
You're over there just chugging that little thing of Kool-Aid.
like, am you hungry?
Damn,
I'll be
you're
like,
thirsty.
yeah, I'm hungry.
I'll take another one.
Because I could tell you this. I'm sitting down. And I could see my corner of my eye. My dad just looking at me like, you better not ask him for anything. But that was the fear. But that was the how we grew up, right?
You
But these kids don't
definitely
have that.
gain aspect of respect. And
Appreciation.
so you definitely, with that upbringing, you definitely gain that. One, because you respect someone else's place or the invitation, or no matter what it is, it's a way of showing respect. Hey, I respect that you invited me. I'm here. What can I bring? Whatever. Thanks for allowing me into your home. Now I'm saying goodbye. Hey, I had a great time.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite. Like, you give that level of respect. And then at the same time, you also appreciate what's offered to you. Now when I say the appreciation, it's like, yeah, dude, you were thirsty as a kid. They offered you something from their own fridge. Like, you appreciated it more when you did that, because you didn't ask for it. They offered it. So now you appreciate it. Even though you wanted it, you appreciated it.
And maybe one day I'll tell you the whole story about me, but I grew up poor. We never had luxury thing. I tell people that I live in South Oak Cliff, a little place in Dallas, Texas, and it's in the ghetto. But my dad, he came from Mexico, crossed over here and making minimum wage. And my mother didn't make that much money neither, because she dropped out when she was in high school, very amount anything. But I valued the little things. And the little things that my dad taught me is being honest and respectful. Because being honest, respectful will gain you further in life. If you don't have those two, you really don't gonna amount to anything. And
Absolutely.
no one ever will follow you in any way. So when I came to the Army, that was something that I really appreciated, because I tell my dad, thank you for showing me that, because without that, I don't think I would have any soldiers follow me to anywhere, because if I can't value those little things,
Now, I'll ask you this, though, in part to bring it back to honesty. We've discussed honesty in the works, and just kind of like a broader perspective of just kind of off forward ground honesty. But I'll ask you this. Do you see it a lot, or how does it feel to you, or have you experienced it, say, in the workplace, or even just in your own supervisors or leaders, so forth? Like, what happens whenever like they were just being honest? Because to me, dude, and correct me if I'm wrong, or to me, there's no worse feeling than knowing when someone's being dishonest. That means I know the truth.
Oh,
But you are choosing. I mean, dude, just hear me out. Guys, there is nothing worse. And I know, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. But there is nothing worse when it comes to honesty is when you know the truth. You outright, without a doubt, know the truth. But yet they choose to still be dishonest.
Yep. And man,
nothing worse.
Man,
nothing worse.
That's something he hit on the spot, right? And to me, let's say 14 years in the Army, right? I really didn't care, because I was in that position, right? Like I said in the other video of my drill sergeant days. And to me, when I became a drill sergeant, I value honesty.
Yeah.
Just
As a drill sergeant,
just tell me
the most
truth.
simplest thing.
Just tell me the truth. If I'm asking you a question,
more likely you
know the answer. I know the truth, right? And they still stand there and lie to me.
As a drill sergeant.
And you don't know the anger. All the drill sergeants out there, A. Williams, everybody, that was with me.
Hey, shout out to you drill sergeants out there.
Hey, you know what I'm talking about.
Shout out.
To me, all the AIT soldiers from Fort Gordon also, hey, y'all know who I am. That's one motto is just tell the truth.
Just tell the truth.
If you tell me the truth, that's great. I'll go out there, smoke you for like 30 minutes, come back and act like never happened. Because why? You were man enough to tell me the
You
truth.
owned it. Yeah, tell the truth.
But the problem is there's some soldiers that I will look straight in their eyes and they will deny it, knowing they have the proof and the video. Yeah, I still
Dude.
have the nerve to say, no, I didn't do it.
But it's not even a soldier thing, though, dude. It's like a society thing.
Society, yeah.
Just now, it's like, dude, people legit will choose dishonesty before truth.
Yeah. And we'll, look, back then, if you live in the 90s, you get away with it about 50% of the time. I'll tell you that right now. Because there was no cameras. There was nothing. You could lie like, I didn't do it.
Exactly. And there was no data.
I'll plead the fifth. And like, hey, you need to be convicted. You need evidence to be convicted now, right? But now it's really hard,
bro,
knowing that they catch you red-handed with messages.
You can't hide for
a location.
Yeah, you can't hide for shit.
There's nothing you can hide. So if your girl or your guy, doesn't matter, they come ask you what you did last night, I guarantee you 90% they already know what you did last night.
Damn, pay attention, you men out there. Hey, if she's asking,
just say it.
Assume she already knows. So just be honest.
I understand that you're like, dude, she can't know. She knows.
Dude.
The truth always comes out.
That's right.
Now. And
hey, same thing for you women, okay? You know what I'm talking about. But same thing. If he's asking, more likely he probably already knows the truth. He's just testing your honesty. Because like Joe was saying, like, just be honest. Hey, you know what? I saw this podcast with Kevin Gates. He was on a podcast with, what's his name? What's the name of that football player? The running back from Denver Broncos. What's his name? The strong dude.
Hey, he was with John Elway.
Yeah. What was his name? Damn, I'm going to know it when you tell me. I'm going to know. Now we got to figure this out. But he did a podcast with Kevin Gates. You know who Kevin Gates is?
Terrell Davis.
No, not Terrell Davis.
What?
It's
another Denver Broncos?
Yeah, no, it's another dude. Terrell Davis was a running back. This is another guy. I think he was a... Oh, dude. I'm going to have to look this up because I know he's got...
Is he...
Something like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp.
No. Hey, guys.
Shannon Sharp.
Hey, look. Shannon Sharp is a tight end, guys. It's not a running back.
Tight end. That's right. Shannon Sharp. Okay. So now we figure this out. So Shannon Sharp has this podcast, right? It's like Shay or something like that. And he recently had Kevin Gates on there. And I listened to that episode. And Kevin Gates, I've always admired this dude. You know, if you know anything about Kevin Gates as a rapper, like he's somewhat different of a rapper. He has his own unique style. And he has a good, unique philosophy that he lives by. But he said, Kevin Gates asked him about him being a father and a husband, you know, what he looks for, qualities in women and all this stuff. And he had mentioned about when it comes to women and being in a relationship with a woman, he said he is a forgiver and he can forgive anything. He just said, I'm a man. God has made me where I can forgive anything. Just like God, I will practice grace. The only thing I ask is just don't lie to me.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. He will take care of you. He will be a forgiving man, but his only request of being in a relationship with him is don't lie to him.
And to me
and I'm like, dude, that's actually kind of legit. As a man,
yeah, but he still got to forgive people who lie to you too. So
yeah,
he can't just say, you know, anything else but lie. But if someone lied to you, you still got to forgive them, right? But I do like that. You know, tell me the truth, straight up, man to man. Everyone mess up. Everyone does. I'm not perfect. I'm not sitting here like the perfect person in this freaking room. I'm not. But
no, absolutely.
I try every day to be perfect. I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday, right? And to forget what happened yesterday and to build that up, anybody can, right? But you need to learn how to get out that hole, meaning that you dig yourself a hole with so many lies, you can't get out a lie. The more lies you go, it's going to go deeper and deeper. And next thing you know, the only way to go up is really tell them like, look, I lied. And finally the ground will just stop and you start building your trust up.
Yeah,
but
very lie with truth.
You need to learn how to say, you know what, I'm tired of lying. Because when we're kids, right, you know it's wrong. It's just like first time I stole, I can't say I didn't steal nothing when I was a kid. when you stole something like a candy bar from the grocery store or something, you have that guilt. The guilt's gonna be on you. And to me, is when I get home,
it doesn't feel right.
Eating that candy wasn't the greatest thing ever because I stole. I knew it was
there
wrong.
and chewing it with tears coming out of your eyes. Like, this is so good. But I hate it.
I don't need my mom and dad to tell me, hey, what you did is wrong.
No,
because
you have that guilty conscience.
Right? The same thing as lying. You lied to someone. It depends who you lied to also, because you think that you're lying to your girlfriend or boyfriend or your husband or wife, that you're going to get away with that. I'm telling you right now, 3 or 4 years or 3 or 4 weeks or whatever, it's going to come back. And you need to realize that the only way or lie to really not be coming on the truth is kill the other person that knows it, like no one knows shit, but
freaking Godfather method.
I'm just saying, but your inner part of you are always going to have that conscience that you did lie to that person. And that's something that you don't want to live through all your life. But there's some people who do it. They'll be married for like 20 years. And
dude,
they have like
think of this. How many lies do you think the government has told you?
Oh, hey,
and they're still...
No, that's another conspiracy. We could talk about it, but not here. Dude, today we're talking about honesty.
There you go. I know. Dishonesty. Hey, I mean, I'm just saying,
It's something that, like the UFOs, right? Now the government is saying that,
hey. Don't give away our other episodes. Hey, guys, you'll have to hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, we're talking about
down
more
below.
than that.
A lot of other episodes coming up, different conspiracies. Right now, we're staying on topic. We're talking about honesty. Honesty.
But yeah.
Is it still existing or is it not? Comment down below. Let us know your thoughts.
I do want to read those comments, though. I want to know because it is a different generation. It's more...
I think a lot of it, too, is just the generational, like you mentioned before, but generationally, I don't think they even understand the value of being honest, because they didn't really grow up with it.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because I did an episode previously, and an episode on Gen Z and how Gen Z is being labeled as the dumbest generation.
I heard about that. That I'm going to tell you, they might be right.
So check this out, though. Here's the thing, though. My episode that I did was here at Comfort Chaos. Let's bring some common sense understanding to an uncommon world. When the bumper sticker headline is Gen Z, dumbest generation, I look at it more like, okay, what led to that? If that's our end state, what was the cause and effect to that? Was it Gen Z's fault or was it our fault? Was it our fault because we decided to take books out of the classroom and give them tablets? Was it our fault because parents now decided not to be parents and give that attention? They give them a tablet and a phone, and here you go.
No, but you gotta go with the generation, all right? And when I came in, we barely got Apple, right? We could say, no, we don't need computers. We just stick with textbooks, right? But now I'm seeing these new kids going to high school or middle school with tablets. I wish I had tablets. Instead of me having a little library card and going over there trying to get this book that I need to do research, I
agree.
And I had to wait for my mom and dad to come in to take me to the library.
This is what I'm saying, though. You are the product from that result. Like that action, you are the result.
Yeah, but
has led to your understanding, your mode of thinking, your reliance. So imagine if when you were that age, you didn't have the library. You had a giant tablet that was flooded with information. You didn't have to go outside to go kill time or do chores. You had a tablet where you had to do all this other stuff. You didn't have to go to the library. You didn't have to read a book. It was all swipe, swipe, swipe. So think of it, though. What would you think if that was then, and now you're older now, what result would lead to now? Would it still be the same mindset? Would you still have the same understanding of things? Would you have the same intelligence level? Would you have all that now? Because that's what I was getting at.
Okay. I'll tell you this. I have a lot of friends they went and get degrees, engineering and all that. They became teachers, right? And when they became teachers, when the COVID hit, everything got to be online.
Yep.
And my friend would tell me, like, these kids still fail. And he started telling me all they had to do was just cheat, Google the answer. But when they do the test online, they fail. They don't care. These new kids, they don't care.
You're right.
If I had a tablet, man, I would have got script. My GPA will be 9 above. But these kids nowadays, they feel like they could make more money on streaming, right? Because they see other people doing it and they feel like, why I'm going to go to school for?
So
I could do this.
I do not disagree. But like I said, that is a product. So that is a result of a product that was already set in place. Just like you are currently the result from your past life product. So whatever accountability your parents held you to, whatever understanding, whatever you went through as a child in school and how you got through things, studied and understood, went to the library, like now led to this as your result. And you're saying there's no drive. And I get that, because that's where I'm saying you're going to say the end result is Gen Z, dumbest generation. But I'm going to ask myself, who was in charge of Gen Z?
The before
That's
generation.
what it comes down to. Who was in charge of Gen Z? Like, who set them up for this failure? Because that's what it comes down to. And I compare it to leadership. And in the episode, I did the same thing. I compared it to an NCO. If I have a squad and I have an NCO in charge of the squad, but that squad, every single one of them failed. Every single one failed the simplest tasks, weapons. They got Fs. They could not pass. I'm not going to go to those soldiers first. I'm going to go to that NCO and be like, hey, Sergeant, what's your PT plan look like? What are you guys doing for PT? What are you doing to keep these soldiers accountable for their readiness? Are they even tracking it? Have you counseled them? What attention are you doing as a leader to set them up for success before I go to them and find out that they're just outright making the decision not to succeed? Like, if you get, I want you to just get my understanding.
And the understanding, right? You're comparing what the Army was in the year 2010 to now, right?
Well, not really the Army. I'm just using that as a factor to like parents who are in charge of Gen Z.
I understand. It's just a different way, right? We need to have no one looking at us saying that, hey, if we do this, we're gonna, take you out of the Army or make you go to jail. Because back then, you could beat your kid anytime you want. There was no repercussion, right?
So if you didn't do your homework as a kid, what would happen?
My mom will whoop me.
That's right. Okay. Your mom will whoop your ass, right?
But now it's like, if you don't do it, is the teacher will look at the mom. Mom can't retaliate, right?
Because you can go to the teacher and be like, my mom hit me because I didn't do my homework. And what's going to happen?
Now,
that teacher's going to make a phone call to Child Protective Services. They're going to come and ask questions.
They'll be knocking on the door, like, why are you hitting your kid? Because, hey, this is my kid,
Yeah, he didn't want to do his homework.
I'm trying to give him discipline, but there's no discipline no more because now you can't do that.
And therefore, you don't get drive. You don't get kids who...
It's all based on, you should talk to your kid nicely.
Thank you.
Why haven't you done that? So like you're saying about the NCO, about, hey, your 5 soldiers failed the APFT, right? What can you do? The NCO is not going to go over there, hey, every day we're going to freaking PT at 1500 for not now. We can't do that more because you're giving too hostile or stress to those soldiers because now you're overworking them, right? So I got to go talk to them like, hey, I'm going to take you to a nutritionist. I'm going to take you to a doctor to find out what can we do. No, the best way to do this is put you out there and make you run.
Misinterpreted
no, but I'm just saying that you're saying that what can you do? You could tell the leader why is these soldiers failing, right?
What can I'm going to ask the leader.
Yeah, but the leader...
just to make sure that leader's doing something with tracking that. And what are you doing?
But the hires are also protecting themselves because back then, anything goes. It was a wild, wild west. If we want to smoke you for an hour, guess what? You got smoke for an hour. You got water. If you didn't have water, that's great. Make you go to the water fountain, drink some water, come back, and continue smoking you for 30 more minutes. All right? In my time, I'm telling you, I was hard-headed. I was a little, and I went to the Army, and I hated someone telling me what to do. And guess what? I got smoked. I'll tell you this, is that I got smoked for an hour, and I threw up about 2 or 3 times. I'm telling you. And I thought they're going to like, hey, you need to stop. Nope. And guess what? It made me stop.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go out there an hour again getting smoked, right? Nowadays, I can't even smoke a soldier because they're going to go to EO, equal opportunity, and saying that Sergeant Zavala did this because maybe he was racist. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't like me. And guess what? It's going to jeopardize my career. And to minimize that, I'm not going to do that because I value my career.
Yeah.
I want to see 20 years.
Yeah.
But that's how it values is that the fear, they reverse the fear to me versus a soldier, and a soldier going to walk around like no one could touch me. So now they become NCOs, right? They become leaders.
Yep.
And guess what? I feel like no one should get punished. And guess what? That's where we're at right now.
No, I mean, you're not wrong, but like that was just more to, like I mentioned that more to introduce the idea of it's easy to say Gen Z is the dumbest generation.
No, okay.
But as a parent, myself, as a father, I hold my son accountable, which I don't know if other parents are doing the same. We're seeing now the result of kids that are being labeled as the dumbest generation because, like you mentioned before, there's no drive. I get it. Kids aren't driven anymore. They have information of the world at their fingertips. Literally, it's all there. Everything's there. They already know more. They know more now at 13 than you and I knew when we were 13.
That is very true.
But now we're seeing the result from that. Because imagine if we knew what they knew when they're 13 and we knew at 13, like it would have, who knows what you and I would turn into right now.
I would not be in the Army. I'll tell you that right now.
I know. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I wanted to kind of bring up. And that was the whole purpose of that video, was more of like, let's just come to an understanding and realize that there's a lot more that comes to a result like that. And are we tracking that? And should we understand that? And are we planned for, hey, what are we doing now? And what is that result going to be 20 years from now? Think of it that way, because data never lies, team, as you know. And I'm going to bring this back as we close things out here. But the data about being dishonest, guys, honesty, it's depleting. All right. It's going extinct. I'm curious now, what is going to be the data from that? What's going to be the long-term effect when a year from now, 10 years from now, what's going to happen when nobody can be honest with anybody? Our initial reaction is to lie and fabricate a life and create a fabricated lifestyle. If that's going to be our initial reaction, then, I mean, at that point, it's like, what are we going to do, team? What are we going to do?
And that's something that I hope I'm not going to see 10, 20 years from now.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's going to be something that...
It's going to be scary, dude.
It's going to be scary. It's something that I wish it's something that from when I grew up, it should have been now, but it's not. It's something that I hate so much that if I talk to another man to man, like to saying, hey, will you do this? And if you tell me, yes, you're going to do it, I'm going to put my full faith that you're going to do it.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, I will do it.
Oh, no, I understand that. Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
But
right?
if another man told me that, I would I won't believe you. There's always going to be doubt that you're going to not be there, not show up. Or
no, I know exactly.
It's always there. And it's something that years and years have been passed, and I started realizing that it's fading away. And I wish I'm wrong. It's like I said, it's my opinion, but it's something I've seen over and over with people I work with in the past, that they tell me one thing and the next thing you know it, there's always something. Someone want to rock with me for 12 miles and they swore up and down that they want to do it. They want someone to do it because doing something really sucks. But doing it with someone, it gives me motivation. But I say yes, and next thing you know it, he bailed on me in the last minute.
That's
and guess
right.
what? I did it myself.
And he did it himself. I remember that.
But
he's not talking about me, team, either. So don't even think that.
It's not. Hey, like I said, Friday he did his little 6-mile ruck. He won, so I'm proud of him.
And still play golf after.
And still play 18 holes. Just laying that. Wait, it's really rare to see honesty, and not in the military, but in both sectors of civilian life and military. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in the comments you could tell me, hey, I'm 100% wrong. Everyone has their opinion. Like I said,
no, for real. Comment down below, guys. Let us know if that's a thing you've experienced. If you experience dishonesty, or if you think we're definitely hitting something here with honesty being almost going extinct, please comment down below. Let me know your experiences on that. Or if you think that we're just having a bad day and we're just coming to vent to you guys, comment down below. Let me know if we're wrong and you think everyone's just completely honest and we just happen to really experience all the dishonest people. Please comment down below. I want to engage your guys' conversations. I want to learn. All right. We'll have those uncomfortable conversations because there's always growth that can be had. So I definitely appreciate that, guys. And I appreciate you guys coming in, you know, me and Joe here. Hi, Joe, down below if you guys want to see him come back for some more. This guy's got a lot of crazy, let's just say some crazy shit going through his head like a tornado, and it's just ready to come out. Let me tell you, this guy literally spends his time just reading articles and crypto and everything. Like, this guy is somebody definitely I love having conversation with, and there's always something to be learned. So comment down below, hi, Joe, and that'll let me know it's time to bring him back for another episode, and we'll engage in another, and then we give you guys something new to comment on and talk about. But either way, guys, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. If you're new here, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button down below. Also, guys, please, if there's something that we learn from this, hey, let's just practice being honest with one another. And don't be afraid to be brutally honest, because that's what the world needs. And sometimes you got to be brutally honest, and don't be afraid. Be brutally honest. If anything, you're going to learn about who you are more, and you're going to learn about who really is valued in your life and who is not. So it's a win-win regardless. So don't be afraid to be honest with yourself and be honest with other guys. All right. So until next time, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Continue to find comfort in your chaos, guys. Do your push-ups, take your vitamins, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.